Today's one of those days that a lot of working parents dread because it's a day where there's no school, right? There's no public school, there's no daycare, and even our after school program, which typically offers a program on no school days, does not offer anything because it's a holiday. Yet, the majority of workplaces don't view it as a holiday. We were at a friend's house yesterday and there were 4 different couples, and of the 8 of us, only 2 people actually had the day off. Everybody else either had to take PTO, they had to call in reinforcements like grandma. They were just trying to figure it out. And this is the struggle that so many working parents have, which is, there's really no work-life balance when it comes to these things. Kids, especially as they get to public school age, have tons of half days, tons of days off that workplaces don't recognize, right? And so then you're left scrambling, trying to figure out childcare, trying to figure out if you can take a PTO day, trying to figure out if you and your partner even have enough PTO days to cover all the days off. And if you're in a single parent household, it's even more difficult. It is so crazy that parents have to, I saw this today, I was at an indoor play space. Parents were there working on their laptops while their kids are running around this indoor play space. Like, I don't know how they were getting any work done because I was incredibly stimulated and overwhelmed, but they're sitting there on the ground on their laptop next to like a tumble track. Because they can't take the day off because they probably don't have enough PTO to do it. And so they're watching their kids while working on a day that is considered a holiday for a lot of places, but not for workplaces, unfortunately. The bank is closed, right? The library is closed, school's closed, daycare is closed, but work is open. And I understand that some people work in shift work, and like my husband works a shift job, a first responder job. He doesn't get the luxury of most holidays off, right? Like, he works a ton of holidays. And I understand there's some nuance to this conversation. But a lot of workplaces could acknowledge that holidays like this often leave a majority of their employees struggling because most homes these days are dual income homes. And so you have to assume that in those homes, the 2 parents are trying to figure out who's watching the kids. Do we have childcare? Can we call grandma? In my instance, my mom's out of town. His mom's out of town. Me and my sister and his sister, we all have kids. We're all doing the same thing. We're all just trying to figure it out. And we don't have reinforcements to call in. And you can't just call a babysitter and say, are you free one random day in October? Because chances are they're not, right? You can't, that's just not how it works. It's very difficult. And chances are, if your babysitter has a full-time job, which a lot of my babysitters do, right? They have a job that they work at, they're also working, right? And so parents are struggling to figure this out because workplaces, even the ones who are work-life balance, we care about that. They don't actually care about it. They don't care about it because I bet if I presented them with a public school calendar and said, these are all the holidays, I didn't even show them the half days or the regular teacher conferences, just the holidays off, they still wouldn't give them to people off. So,